All right, very good. Then for today, I'd like to share a little Dhamma talk, or more, I guess you could say, some little bits of advice to help us further our meditation and also how to apply it in our daily lives. As for, we always talk about how to focus. We should be focusing on this, focusing on that. But what's the right way to focus? Be like, right way. So the right way to focus, all right, this is from my own experience, plus from what I've learned from teachers. So the right way to focus, let's look at it. When we focus, we can all know what focusing is. It's like focusing on something, right? But you realize what matters is not so much um, how you focus, but what you focus on. For example, what you focus on makes the difference. So I have some images to show you, just to give you that example. So let's look at this image. Okay, quite pretty. And now the exact same image, different angle. Or really, you see the difference? Um, Looking at the background or focusing in on the beautiful butterfly in the middle. What we focus on. Or how about this one compared to this one? As you see, what we focus on is what matters. Because if you want to see the whole view, sure, maybe you'll focus this way, but you'll miss the beautiful orchid right there, or you just kind of see it but blurry, or you pay attention to that beautiful orchid right there with a beautiful accompaniment of the background, or you can see this cake. Wow, congratulations, Checo, whoever that is. Or you can focus on the fly on the cake. You see, most of us, from just our own experience, we tend to be more like this one, tend to go looking for that negativity and actually looking for the problems or the odd things is actually part of our human nature. It's actually part of our survival instinct to look for the differences. This is why we love to group things, but also to see what's wrong so we know, oh, this is a possible danger to get away from it. This is the natural reason why we do it. But as I like to explain, what you focus on matters because do you want your mind to be full or do you want to be mindful? Interesting, right? Do you want your mind full of everything, just all this extra stuff? Or do you want to be mindful, as in aware of right now, experiencing now? This is one thing that a lot of us have been relearning to do, especially with technology as it advances. And then now we have our computer at our fingertips, our cell phone, and it's always calling our attention. Ding, 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 all the time. And even when you're on it, then getting stuck, always scrolling. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. And it just keeps on going. And that is exactly why we have to relearn how to be in the moment. Remember to be here and now, not as this image that's actually very perfect for that. You could be enjoying time with someone, but your mind's somewhere else. It's not the best way to do it. So, just another silly illustration, but oh, before that, the quote. Gonpado says that we have to think positive because if you're smart in how we think, we will choose only positive thoughts. We can find happiness in our daily lives. It all depends on what we choose to think, right? Yeah, you can read it to yourself again. You can be smart because we have to choose to, oh, only think positive thoughts. Now, this doesn't mean that the whole world is just butterflies and rainbows, okay? It's not that everything's wonderful, but by looking for the positivity, it actually lifts you up so you can deal with anything. We still look at everything as it is, see it as the truth that it is in front of us. But by looking for positive first, it helps lift us up so we can find and fix the problem instead of seeing only negativity. or seeing the problem itself and not being able to fix it. Another quote Lumpa would say is that if you have a problem, you have to take a moment and take a step away, take yourself out of the problem. For example, let's say this problem is right here. All this is right here. Okay. And you put yourself in the problem. Can you see what's going on? Not likely. But when you take a step back, away from the problem, now you see the whole problem. Very much like reading a book. You can see what needs to be done. You can see the whole picture. This is why we ask advice from friends who are not in the problem with us, and why they always give us the advice that we should have given ourselves. You go, oh yeah, duh. And I'm sure you've had that experience and go, wow, I've given that advice to them so many times. Why did I forget for myself? Because sometimes we're all up in the problem. We don't see it. This is why if you let yourself be centered, be a little smarter in how we think, become more positive, lifts us up, we get the perfect view to see how we can alleviate and fix the problem. So you have to relax your body and your mind. This is exactly how we can practice to get ourselves to focus better. You go, why is it that you have to relax your body and your mind? So if your body's not relaxed and your mind's not relaxed either, let's think of our body and mind like the workplace. So suppose your body is kind of like the workers and your mind is like your boss. So we're all like busy bees, working, and then I'm just so tired. Our body's too tired, it's not comfortable. And what happens? Our mind is not happy either. Our boss is here really mad. What's going on? Why aren't you guys working? Okay. So what needs to happen is cooperation of the body and the mind, or just like the workers and the boss. So when you get that cooperation, everyone's relaxed, comfortable, and you can have that true teamwork. Teamwork, this is something that's really important in life and within our own mind, getting that teamwork of our body and mind. So this is why when you relax your body and you relax your mind, contentment, your own potential comes out. You're able to do it instead of having this invisible wall blocking you. This is what I wanted to share with you all. So I really hope you all continue to practice mind to be still, comfortable, as it's funny how something so simple, relaxation, can be something so profound. When we were, when I was about 5, 6 years ago, I was fortunate to get a chance to meditate with about 100 or so, what do you call them? Abbots. So head monks. They had a retreat and I wasn't supposed to be there, but I was lucky, so I got to stay and I got to meditate with them. And Ven.Klint was leading. And I thought it was so interesting because he led us using only 4 words. These words up here: relax body, relax mind. The words he said, of course, were in Thai. He said, Jai Sabai, Jai Sabai. And it was silent from there on. We sat there for 2 hours. That's all he said. That's exactly what we needed to hear. Relax the body, relax the mind. When you actually do it, oh, I've been overthinking it. I've been overdoing it. Yes, even us monks. As thing is, as we practice, especially when we know all the wonderful benefits, we unintentionally work harder and harder, and unintentionally getting this invisible wall holding us back, going, why am I not doing this right? Oh, I forgot. Relax, chill, take your time. Once you were able to do that again, you flow just right. So if you don't remember anything that I told you, remember those 4 words. Relax body, relax mind. No matter what you're doing, relaxation and awareness, or really relaxing the body and mind, is really what's important. And when you can do that, I actually recommend trying to do that throughout the day. No matter what you're doing, you can actually do this. So from even mundane chores, for example, taking out the trash. You take out the trash, most of the time, it's like, what is this? I don't know, it still smells really bad. They carry it outside. It might be hot, it might be cold, depending on where you live. But instead, think of the benefits of why doing it. If I don't take out the trash, it starts to stink up the house. Then bacteria start to build up. It can get us sick because we're breathing it in. Instead, by taking it out, I'm making sure my family's healthy by keeping the house clean so that everyone can feel comfortable at home. Now taking out trash is, I'm taking out the trash. Okay, you don't have to be that happy about it, but I'm just saying. But at least you see, have a different view of what it is instead of simply taking out the trash. Remember that we live life in the present. Nobody lives in the future. Nobody truly lives in the past. We live right now. So why not be happy, relaxed? Relax your body, relax your mind, and everything you do. You know, even the most simple, mundane tasks can be enjoyable. So I really do hope you all practice that. And does anyone have any questions or wonders or comments? Feel free. You can type in the chat or turn on your mic if you'd like. I really don't mind. Everyone's like, no, can we meditate some more? Still quiet. You know, that's what's great. Having a chance to get together and meditate. I'm just so glad that you guys have a group that always comes because that's important. Having uh, that sangha or that group together. That's what's so important. Oh, okay. So going in order. So Panyar, I hope I said it right. Panyar says, "What's your tips of always smiling?" So yes, I'm actually very, 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 very. I guess you could say that's my reputation. I'm always smiling. But this is, I had to say, I had to thank my mother because my mother had us do this as kids. She said, what she told us is, okay, she said, here, put your arms out. Whatever's around you, okay, in this area where your arm is, that's your world. Everything in your world must be happy. So keep that smile on your face because if you're happy, little by little, your world starts to grow. That happiness spreads. And it became just something we do at home. And it became my habit. So I'm always smiling, even when I'm not trying to. If I'm not smiling, you know I'm either sick or something's wrong. So that's so I'm actually quite easy to read. But I really do recommend smiling because smiling is actually such a wonderful tool to lift yourself up and also change the environment. So a way to practice smiling. So you might know Lopi Tim. He asked me this once. So because he saw that I'm always smiling. Lopi, how do you always smile? And how is it? How do you know when you should smile? I'm like smiling is always okay. You know, unless like someone tells you some bad news, you're, oh my God, good, it's great. You know, that's not the right time to smile. But you can still be, you know, grinning and still be peaceful. I told him one way to practice, as what I like to tell you, is in the morning, you know, we all go to the restroom. So in the morning, you look in the mirror and smile. Smile to the first person you see, yourself. Now the first person you see is smiling back at you. Already, wow, wonderful. Now there's two good things that come from it. Number one, first person you see is smiling back. Ah, you start to feel better. Number two, if you don't smile often, you can see how much of a smile is enough. Because if you're not used to smiling, sometimes you smile a little creepy. As I'm sure you had some experience seeing some people who don't normally smile when they smile. Like it's just like they suddenly turn a little psycho. So getting that practice is actually great. A great way to okay, smile to yourself and also know how much is just right. So on to the next question from April. Do you have a special breathing that you use in the moment to bring you back to calm? Breathing itself, actually all types of breath are great. You know, just breathing in, breathing out is a good way. Myself, I don't really use breathing as a way to calm. I use breathing as a way to relax, which can intentionally, well, can eventually turn into calm anyway. I personally like to use the mantra. Actually, how I say it is exactly how I say it in my mind. You know, some every monk says it a little bit differently. And I just go, Samma Arahang. I actually visualize a bell ringing inside me. That's why it kind of sounds like a ringing sound when I say it. It's kind of like Samma Arahang hitting a bell. That's how I feel. And then that vibration within me helps me feel, calm down, relax. And that's just what I do. Now to Tashi asks, how do you remind yourself to be in the moment when your brain is busy with a lot of work? Oh yes, very good question. This one, remind yourself, is with practice. You have to do it often. There's actually a homework that Longpo Tomashiyo would always tell us. There are 10 homeworks, and one of them is the one I do the most. Remind yourself for every hour of the day, bring yourself back to your center. So center yourself for a moment. At first, you might not be able to get every hour. Just to remind yourself every so often when you remember, especially when you're really busy. For example, let's say you're at work and you have a lot of paperwork, working, working, working. You're almost done, and then boom, you have a new stack. That feeling right there, to go, Samarahang, center yourself. That's the best time to start practicing. And then reminding yourself, okay, it's funny because even if you do it just for a minute, to just let go of whatever's going on, taking a deep breath, a nice, cool, calm air, replacing that negativity, and just go, eh, okay. And then continue on. That little bit will actually make you much more efficient and actually much more content, even through a lot of busy work, if that's what happens. Because you'll be more able to be, at the moment and enjoying it rather than I gotta do this. Oh, I got bills I have to pay. I have to work so I can pay the bills. That's no good. Said, all right, so I'm doing my work now. Uh, what can I do? Maybe you can think of, okay, what some peaceful things to help you feel comfortable and move forward. Great. Okay, next question from Banya. Oh, just says thank you for the answer. I love that, and we'll practice it. Very good. All right. Oh, another one. Thank you. Oh, yes, actually, that's a great thing to do. April says, and she's going to set up a little bell that'll ring. It's a great habit to have as long as it doesn't bother anyone else. So, for example, I know at one of our temple's groups, they have an alarm every hour that would say Sammarahang, Sammarahang. And go, oh, that's cool. At the same time, it can be quite a shock if you're out in public. What's going on? But if you have your own little alarm that helps remind you, great. Okay. Helen asks if you can only do one of the 10 homeworks, which do you believe is most useful? Um, Actually, the one I just said. To center yourself every hour, at least one for a minute for every hour. Is actually what I feel is most useful, or really something that we can practice a lot easier. Though the whole 10 homeworks, if you can do them all, or at least practice doing more and more, you notice that all of them are ways to help you go inward much easier. So another one that's really important that we could do is when you wake up, be happy that you are still alive. It sounds kind of grim at first, but actually, you realize the present is such a wonderful gift. We are still here. We have another day that we get to live life, to do something, to meet people, meet our friends, see our family, make new memories. To realize that life is so precious. We're so lucky that we're still alive today. And if we lose anyone, we're so lucky to have met them, and we can continue to think about the goodness and share it with them. Now, where are the 10 homeworks? I'm not sure if you guys have a page that you save it, but oh, good. Thank you, GDO. It's on the first lesson on Mind On, level 2. And yeah. All right. Any other questions or wonders? Well, you didn't ask. If you ever wanted to just contact me or look for me on social media, I'm actually very easy to find right here. That's my little hashtag, meditate with LPK. LPK stands for Long P Clint. Although I like how another person asked me, so does LPK stand for love, peace, and kindness? Sure, that's great too. Although I meant it as myself. So you can always find me on Facebook, YouTube, uh, is it Instagram, and Twitch. So that's just if you happen to try to contact me. Yes, April, I am currently based in Chicago. Uh, I'm actually Longpit Tam's roommate, only right now I'm at a different center. So it's great that we got to hang out again. Yeah, so my whole story is I grew up in California. After I became a monk, I ordained in Thailand, came back, and then I moved to New Jersey as a monk. Finished school there, and after being there for 11 years, uh, I wanted to start doing my job, doing my part in spreading as much as I can. And then, so I moved to Chicago, and then now we just happen to create a team to begin this job. So little by little. Any other questions or wonders?
Okay, well, I think that's all from our audience. Well, that was a very wonderful session by Lumpy Clint, and especially the phrase of relax your body to relax your mind. I hope everyone remembers that, and also to be in the moment. So now let us all thank our teaching monk by bringing our palms together and saying Namaskaran, everybody together. Namaskaran. And now I think our teaching monk will bless us. And then following that, we will take our group photo. Okay, everybody.
May you all be blessed with happiness, good health, wealth, success in your lives. May you be surrounded by good friends who will always guide you into the light in times of darkness and in times of need. When you close your eyes to meditate, may you attain inner peace easily and quickly in every lifetime. And remember, a smile a day keeps the stress away. So I hope you all smile.
Yes, thank you very much. That was very nice. And so, everybody, if you could open your cameras so we could have our group session photo. That would be very nice. Okay, so I'll count till 10 and our staff will take a group photo for us. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget to share good energy wherever you go. And please come back here next week for Mind Journey again. Thank you very much. Bye bye.